It is time for the Celeb Savant. It's in my best voiceover voice, Barret. Well, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Barret Edelstein joins us for the Celeb Savant and a new batch of very interesting people. Today we're talking about a Canadian artist. Can I start by saying, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. But maybe not. Tell us what's going on.
So just some background is that if you guys listen to my full podcast, I always talk to the artists about the world of music, physical versus digital. And I love me physical. I still love my CDs. But digital has its positives. So how I found out about this artist, a Canadian artist called Andrew Allen, was one of his songs called What You Wanted was shared to me on one of my Spotify playlists as a suggestion. And I really loved the song. And I was like, I want to interview this dude. So I went onto his website or his Instagram and there was a phone number. He answered. I was like, hi, Andrew. I'd like to interview you for my podcast. So I interviewed him. We had a great chat. He's written with lots of big artists, Meghan Trainor. He's headlined his own shows in Canada. He's had 5 top 10 hits on the Canadian charts. And he's also opened up for the artists such as Snow Patrol and One Republic.
Wow.
In Canada. So the discussion he had with me, or this we're focusing on today, was around challenging yourself within your sphere or industry and looking for things outside of your comfort zone to push you and to grow. So the way he deals with being an opening act for other artists is about him challenging himself, because he knows those people aren't there to see him. They're there to see the main artist. But to challenge himself to get those people to spend time with him for 45 minutes and potentially turn them into fans of his.
Let's have a listen.
But I feel like it's you wear a different hat, when you're doing it. So if I'm headlining a show and I know that people have come out to see me, then there's this, not a relaxation, because you're definitely not relaxed, but you can go out and kind of like, they're there to see you. So you can kind of pause a little more. You can bring them into it a little more. You know that they're with you. When you're opening, you have to assume that they really don't care about you. And so there's a really cool opportunity there to challenge yourself to win them over and be like, I know you're not here to see me. I know you're here to see the big band that's coming up after me, but I'm so excited to be part of your world for this 45 minutes or whatever it is. And I want to draw you in. And afterwards, I want you to be like, damn it, that was awesome.
Yeah, very tough. I've always felt, I don't want to say sorry because it's a great opportunity, but I've always felt a little bit of angst and stress for opening acts because you're right. Nobody's really there to see you. Yeah. But as he says, what a great opportunity to capitalize on an audience that might never have seen you before.
Exactly.
I think that's a great positive story.
Exactly. And for me, how I use it is in my world, we'll see how you use it in yours shortly. But for me, whenever I go to events, I push myself, I push myself out of my comfort zone and I always network because even though I'm a loud person, I'm very much an introvert. And to go and network and talk to people, oftentimes I don't feel like doing that. I just want to observe and be quiet and just see what's happening. But at the events of the last year or so that I've been invited to, I force myself to go and say, hey, who are you? And then once that connection is like, how can I collaborate with this person? That's how you and I met.
Yeah, exactly how you and I met. It's kind of the same for me. I mean, I don't go to as many events as you do. But I do know that comfort zone thing it's difficult to overcome when you are an introvert. Ironically, here we are on the radio talking to people in the least introverted job in the world. I heard a term the other day about ambiverts. When you need to be an extrovert, you are. When you need to be an introvert, you are. So kind of best of both worlds. But yes, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. He clearly knows that it holds value. And I think it's a great story. I really do. Thanks for that. If you want to hear the full podcast, we will post it up at nova.com.na under the blog section. You can go and read the blog and have a listen to the podcast as well. Barrett's on all socials. Tell us where we can find you.
All socials except Twitter. So YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Celeb, CELEB, Savant, SAVANT. That's at Celeb Savant.
Good man. Speak to you later.